Now we are going to have a quick view. In the exam, we have say 5 minutes. You cannot do anything during that 5 minutes. Just you have a mental mapping. So mentally, okay, the map the letter. So what is important? You have to see. Today's date is 15th May. So like that. This is mental mapping. Don't mark anything. No touching the pencil. Okay. Then what you will do, first you will go here, the name of the address. So we are going to start like this now. But before that, I want you to see them, go through this case notes. 5 minutes, go through this case notes. We'll discuss all these things now. So that's the case notes. So we have 9 students so far. Yeah, we'll just give 2 minutes. Okay. Now, in these 5 minutes, what are we supposed to do? Now, this is the address. Miss Jane Gold, head nurse, Primrose Nursing Home, 3 Blackwood Street, Old Town. So 5 lines, right? That's very clear. And this is a letter of discharge. So don't use referral or transfer. This is a discharge letter. This is a discharge letter. Okay, remember that. This is a discharge letter. Most important thing is the discharge letter. Okay. So you see, this is the address. You'll get the address from here. And this is discharge letter. Okay. So fine, that's it. Miss Gold, head nurse at Primrose. Fine. Next, ready for discharge. So discharge date is today's date, 15 May 2021. This is the date of the letter. This is the date of the letter, 15 May 2021. So this is ready for discharge to nursing home for temporary care. So she requires temporary care. So this is what you have to write. This is the purpose of the letter. Purpose of the letter is temporary care at the nursing home. Temporary care. Okay. That is the purpose. Okay. Right. Further care. Yeah. Regarding further care or temporary care, which is required. Required means purpose. How to remember? At nursing home, remember. At nursing home, remember. Okay. Right. So whatever she needs, assessment also required for independent living. Assessment for independent living also required before sending him home. Okay. Keen to return to own home. So that is why assessment is required. Okay. Right. And next. So you are writing that letter to that person. And you are a nurse. That means you are a registered nurse. Okay. And you are discharging the patient actually here. This is ready for a discharge. You are discharging. That means what happened? Is it operation? No. So no post-operative. Inpatient ward. Nurse, inpatient ward, Old Town Hospital, Old Town. Nurse, registered nurse, inpatient ward, because he was admitted. So inpatient ward, Old Town Hospital, Old Town. That's it. 4 lines will come here. Okay. So you have to make a mind like this one ready. Afterwards, you should remember. You should remember all these things. So the 4 lines are registered nurse, inpatient ward, Old Town Hospital, Old Town. Finished. This is your address at the last. The last you have to write this. Okay. So this is point number 7. Next. Here. This is the first. Okay. Miss Jane Gold. So this is it. So this is the first one, address, receiver's address. Miss Jane Gold, head nurse, Primrose Nursing Home, 3 Blackswood Street, Old Town. So 5 lines. And this is just letter of discharge, remember that. So these should come into your mind. They should come into your mind. Right. Okay. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine. Next one. This is the first and this is the last. Right. Next, what else? Date. Date is here. So the date, what will you write? A discharge date. So date of letter, 15 May 2021. 15 May 20. This is the letter. In the letter will go 15 May 2021. Right. Okay. Next. So salutation. After date, you'll get salutation. Salutation will come again from here. Miss Jane Gold. Salutation will be like this. Dear Miss Gold. So dear Miss Gold, that's all. This is salutation, number 3. So this is address. And the next date, number 2. This is date. And number 3, here salutation. Salutation. Then after salutation, you will go for subject line. Subject line is here. So regarding RE colon Mr. George Gale, aged, date of birth is there. So write date of birth colon 24 April 19 1936. This is right. And this is also right regarding Mr. George Gale, aged 85. So this is a right. This is a correct. Okay. This is a correct. Okay, sorry. Okay. This is correct, but this is double correct. Okay. First one is double correct, second one is only correct. So whenever date of birth is given, this is first priority. This is the best option. The best option. And this is the second best option. Okay. So if a date of birth is not given, then you write the best option and the second best option. You have to understand that. Okay. So better to write the first one. Next. Okay. If you have any questions, instead of raising your hand, you can just type in the chat box. Okay, so this is subject line. This is number 3, this is number 4, this is number 7, and number 6 is based on this one. So dear Mr. Gold is there. So here you write yours sincerely. So if dear Mr. Gold is there, you write sincerely. Otherwise, if you write a dear nurse, then it will be yours faithfully. Okay, remember that. So if dear nurse, then yours faithfully. Dear Miss Gold, name of the person is there, then yours sincerely. So you have to remember these things. So for this letter, it is dear Miss Gold, yours sincerely, because name is there. So yours sincerely. So we got all the 6 components and we can go directly into the letter now. We can go directly into the letter now. Okay. Now this is number 1. This is number 1. So this is number 1. Okay, that's number 1. This is the address, that's number 1. Okay, next you will go to the date, and this is number 2. Number 2. This is number 2. So they will go as they are into the letter. Then number 3 is the salutation. This is number 3, the salutation. After salutation, we will write the subject line. Okay, this is the subject line. And after the subject line, you will have the body of the letter. Then you will have the closing remarks. So you will have the closing remarks. So you will have the closing remarks. Then after these closing remarks, you have the sender's address. So I think you got where you have everything. So, right, now let me conclude with this. So let me give the titles for this. Okay, first one is, yeah, the address, the recipient's address. Okay, number 1, the receiver's address. The receiver's address. The receiver's address. This is number 1. Okay. You know, you get it from here, the receiver's address. Next one, number 2, is the date. That is number 1. And number 2 is the date. Here it is. Number 2 is the date. Number 2 is the date. We'll get the date from here. Today's date. That is the date. Okay, fine. That's very clear. Next, number 3 is this salutation. You should know the titles of these things. The salutation. And number 4 is the subject line you get from here. Number 4, the subject. So you get from here. Okay, from here you get the subject line. Okay. Next, 5 is the body. And number 6 is your sincerely. This is called the closing remarks. The closing remarks. The closing remarks are the farewell. Okay. Right. And then 7, sender's particulars. Number 7, the sender's particulars. Who is sending the letter? That person's particulars. So I think you all are clear with this. Okay. Now my question to you is, right. Are you with me? That means the concept clarified. Where you will get what? You can write yes or you can write no. Yeah. You can write a yes or you can write a no. So I have taught with order and everything. I just want your response within 10 to 15 seconds so that we can move further. Yes, please. I'll be giving regular sessions like this on a daily basis. Okay. I'll give regular sessions like this on a daily basis. Okay. Any doubts are there, you can ask now itself. Many people say address after the date, they say, don't listen to them. Okay. Many people say first they will write address. They will tell you to write first date and then address. But here official, this is official paper. You can see here in the official paper what it is telling. You can notice there in the official letter, first address, then date. First address, then date, not date and address. So follow that as far as possible. Okay. So no need to listen anybody, just listen to the official OET. Okay. So now 15 members are there, very good. Now my next question is, shall we move on to the main part, that is the body of the letter? Say yes or no. If you say yes, we can move ahead. If you say no, then we'll schedule another time. I need at least 2/3 majority. 2/3 majority. That means 15, 16 members are there. I need at least 10 members. Yeah. At least 10 yeses I need. Yeah. Right. Very good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly 10. Okay, fine. So we are moving forward. Right. Now let us see how we are going to separate them into 3 paragraphs. Okay, we have an introduction and we have a conclusion. Okay, till now we have seen these points. Till now, we have seen these points. What are those points? Let us see those points. What points we have discussed till now? The points we have discussed are here. So the 7 components of the letter. These are the 7 components of the letter that we have discussed so far. Okay. These are the 7 components that we have discussed. Okay, only one we are missing. Only one component we are missing. So this is the structure of the letter or the orientation of the letter. Okay. This is the structure or the orientation of the letter. This is more important than anything else. Okay. So, fine. Right. So, we have seen address, date, salutation, the reference or the regarding line, and the closing remarks and the sender's pattern. Now, the body. Now, body of the letter, how many parts will be there? 5 paragraphs. Okay. The main body. The main body will have 5 paragraphs. So before moving further, I'll ask one more question. One last question. Okay. Please don't send anybody direct messages. Just to send a group message. Okay, because if you send a direct message, then my message will go to that person. So don't send direct message. Personal message. Open message, it's okay. What's that? So my question is, shall I explain? Okay, how should my explanation be? How should my explanation be? So this is my question, but I want to give you the options. Okay, you cannot write whatever you want. So what my point is, it should pleasing you, pleasing the students. Shall I please the students or shall I pleasing myself? So that means, so if I please the students, that will be A, option A. That means superficial. Superficial, minimum time, and only essentials. Only essentials. This is A. A means superficial, means just like that one. And second one is minimum, only the most important things. Then that is essentials, the primary ones. Or B, okay, in-depth knowledge, in-depth insights. Okay, this is maximum. And this is foundations. So if I give essential, that means only particular to this letter I will give. If it is foundations, that means you can use for every letter. Any letter you can use. Now you said A or B fast. I have only 10 seconds for you. I need a 3/4 yeses. Okay. So that means 12 people should respond to this one at least in one-sided. Yeah. One, two, three, four, five, 6 members have responded so far. So I need 6 more. If 6 more are not there, then I will take intermediate procedure. That means half like that, half like this. Already 6 are B. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. 7 Bs. What about the others? Eight. So Rajalakshmi, make a note of these 8 students, okay, and just send them to me. Yeah. So these students will get their letter corrected today. Others will not get the letter corrected. Even if they write and submit, their letters will not be corrected under any circumstances because they are not ready to give any answer, yes or no or A or B. They are not ready to give the answer. So forget them. So Rajalakshmi, just to type the names of these people and send them to me. Fine. So now let us see the points. So now we are going to write the letter. How are we going to write the letter? So there are 5 paragraphs. 5 paragraphs here. Okay. There are 5 paragraphs. There are 5 paragraphs. Okay. Now focus on these 5 paragraphs. How are we going to present these 5 paragraphs? This double, okay, bordered aspects are more important. Yeah, fine. So the body, you'll write in 5 paragraphs: the introduction, the main problems, the other important things, discharge plan, and the conclusion. Because these are discharge letter. This is a discharge letter. Okay, this is a discharge letter. So the introduction, the main problems, the other important problems, the discharge plan, and the conclusion. So follow these points very clearly. Follow these points very clearly. Okay. Now, introduction. How many lines are you supposed to write in introduction? Okay, only 1 line is better. So introduction. Introduction. What will you write in introduction? Only introduction. So where introduction and conclusion. So introduction, you will use only, sorry. Okay. Lost already track. Okay. No problem. Okay. Now here in the introduction, number 1, 5.1. What is this 5.1? We know already 5 is the body of the letter. So 5 is the body of the letter. So 5.1 is the introduction. Okay. So what you will write here in the introduction is 5.1 is the introduction. Five point one is the introduction. In this introduction, you will write A. You have to write about the name of the person, the patient's name, the subject's name. The subject's name. This is very important. Then B, the status. What status is he in? Is he in admission status? Or what type of status is he? Or a diagnosed state? Or signs and symptoms stage? Or present visiting stage? What type of stages is he in? So, presented, that means visited the hospital, that is 1 stage. Then signs and symptoms. Okay, preliminary diagnosis stage. Okay, that is stage, the level, the status or stage. What stage is he? Next, number C. Number C is, okay, the C is what type of letter? The type of letter. Here it is a discharge letter. Number D is the purpose of the letter. The purpose of the letter. The purpose. Okay, what is the purpose? Okay, what is the actual purpose of the letter? Okay, what is the purpose of this letter? Oh, that is number D. And next, E. What are you going to do? You are going to discharge this patient, you know that. Okay, so when? So when means the time. Okay, so what you are doing, the type of letter, that is discharge. Okay, then the destination. Where is he going? Where is he going? The destination. Okay, where is he going? And F, F. Is it going back to the same place or not? Okay. Is he going to this back to the same place or not? Going back to his home, back to the care. Okay. And then is it the final destination or not? So that's it. And when? Okay. When proceeding means discharging today or tomorrow or when. Okay, when. Okay, this is the time. So these are the things which you have to write. The subject's name, okay, the status, and the type of letter, the actual purpose. I made a mistake here. Anybody can make mistakes, so be careful. The actual purpose of the letter and the destination where he is going, and right. Okay, what does he require there? Okay, so the final when he's being discharged or what. So that you have to write. These are the 6 points that will come into one line, or maximum if you cannot fit them into one line, you can fit them into 2 lines. Okay. If you cannot fit them into one line, you can fit them into 2 lines. Try to fit them in one line or maximum 2 lines. So this is your introduction. Okay. So now how are we going to write? You know the subject name. Now this is what it is. How you have to write this introduction. So now let us take step by step. Subject's name. We'll go to the subject's name. Subject's name is here, Mr. George Gale. So directly start with Mr. George Gale. Mr. George Gale, or just write Mr. George Gale, comma, Mr. George Gale. That is the subject. We already know now who is the subject. Then after going to the subject, then you see the status or stage. The status or stage. What is the status or stage? Now, so the status or stage is diagnosed stage, urinary tract infection, possibly because of a fall. So this is diagnosed and treatment is already given, ready for discharge. So recuperating stage. So all these things you have to consider. You can say Mr. George Gale. So what happened? He was admitted. So hospital admission. Who was admitted? You can say who was admitted. Okay. Who was admitted to hospital. Okay. Now who was admitted to hospital? So this is admission stage. With the signs and symptoms or what suggestive of urinary tract infection, possibly because of a fall or whatever it is like that. You see, whichever is better for you, you take that one. So here, he is now ready to be discharged. Who was admitted after a fall. See here. So an elderly patient who was admitted after a fall. An elderly patient who was admitted after a fall. So you can take this one. Who was admitted to hospital following a fall. Don't say the same words. Following a fall. Okay. Mr. George Gale, who was admitted to hospital following a fall. That's it. Okay. Next, we got 3 points here till now. Then next, the type of letter. The type of letter is a discharge letter. How do you know that it is a discharge letter? You go here, write a letter of discharge. Okay. Following a fall, is being discharged. Is being discharged. Is being discharged. Okay. Mr. George Gale, who was admitted to hospital following a fall, comma, is being discharged. Remember that. Is being discharged. Okay, sorry. Is being discharged. Okay. When discharge date is here, 15 May 2020. 15 May 2021 is the discharge date. And today's date is what? Today's date is also 15th. You see here, 15th May. So today's date is discharge date. So it will be today. You can understand now, is being discharged today. Okay. So why today? Because the discharge date and today's date is the same. So today, the discharge date is 16th May, then you will write it tomorrow. Okay, today's date is 15th May. Today you are writing this letter. So on the same day he is discharged. Okay, discharge day and letter writing day, today's date and discharge date both are same. You can see that. Discharge date is 15 May. Today's date is also 15 May. So here you can see. So this is ready for discharge, 15th May. So that's it. Discharge today. Where? To nursing home. Okay, discharged to your facility. Is being discharged today. Okay. Now here, what does he require? Bring further. Is being discharged today. Full stop. So next, second sentence you can say is the purpose. He requires temporary care. Okay, he requires temporary care at your facility. Okay, he requires temporary care at your facility. Okay, he requires temporary care at your facility. So what else is required? You can see ready for discharge. Concerns the patient lives alone, no home help. Keen to return to own home. Significantly lower mobility. Still episodes of confusion. So plan is, so you are writing for further care. So temporary care. He requires temporary care at your facility. Okay. Okay. Temporary care, ongoing care or temporary care, further care, and appropriate management. What all he requires, you have to manage at your facility. So these are the two sentences you can write. These are the two sentences you can write. So this is the purpose. That purpose you will get in the plan and you'll get in the case notes as well as your concerns and recommendations. What you require, that is what it is. Appropriate management and temporary care. Okay, those are your concerns. So you are writing him. These are your recommendations. What he requires, you are recommending them to take care of these things. And these are two sentences you have written. Okay, this you are writing here in the third page. I am putting there. This is the introduction. Okay, you can write the introduction here. So 5.1. So 5.1 is the introduction. Okay, so this is one way of writing. Mr. George Gale was admitted to hospital following a fall, is being discharged today. He requires temporary care and appropriate management at your facility. Okay, single full stop. Okay. So next one, second sentence may be like this. I'll take the same thing and I'll change into one sentence. This is a B grade sentence. Okay. Actually, it is a B plus sentence, but if you make mistakes, you'll get at least a B grade. Okay. Because both are passive sentences. Who was admitted, is being discharged. Okay. But third sentence, he requires temporary care. Temporary care and appropriate management are required at your facility. So you can change it into passive voice. Okay. He requires. So remove he requires and say temporary care, ongoing care, temporary care and appropriate management are required. Now it becomes B plus because all are passive. Mr. George Gale, who was admitted. So why I'm telling you B grade, this one you see, and these are two sentences. So B plus. Who was admitted. So passive voice. Is being discharged. Passive voice. Are required. Passive voice. So three sentences But passive, two sentences, they are written in two sentences, but actually there are three sentences. First one is compound sentence. Okay. Sorry, complex sentence. Right. Now, second sentence, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this sentence into only one sentence. I don't want to write two sentences because I want A grade. I want A grade. So I don't want to write two sentences. So what I'll do is Mr. George Gale, who was admitted to hospital following a fall, so requires, okay. Now these things, what I'm doing is Control C, delete. So here I'm telling requires. Okay. Right. Mr. George Gale, who was admitted to hospital following a fall, requires temporary care and appropriate management. Following the discharge. Okay. To your facility today, or you can say following the discharge today. Requires temporary care and appropriate management at your facility. Following the discharge today. See this sentence. This is A grade sentence. Mr. George Gale, who was admitted to hospital following a fall, requires temporary care and appropriate management at your facility following the discharge today. So this is A grade sentence. Okay. This is A grade sentence. This is a very special sentence. In a single sentence, you are writing everything. Okay. Right. Right. This also you can write in passive voice. Okay. This also you can write in passive voice, no problem. But this is okay, fine. So now we have done with the introduction. I have given you two sentences. Now what you can do is you can write any number of sentences. So I'm giving you, right, already I have given, so no need for you to write anything. You can write your own, whatever you want, you can write. You can change, alter. So now what I want you to do is I want you to give practice. Practice. How do I give practice? Not copy paste. I don't want you to copy paste. No, copy paste. Sorry. No copy paste. So your version is needed. Your version is needed. Write your own version. Change everything. Change everything. How you want to change. Instead of, okay, temporary care, you say ongoing care. Okay, further care. And management, appropriate management, necessary treatment or whatever. Facility at your care, whatever it is. So you try to change the words and try to write or change however you want to write. Write your own pattern. Write your own pattern. Okay, it should not be as it is. Write any way you want. Learn this one and you write, but you write your own style. Whatever you are learning, that style you write, no problem. If you did not hear this one, what type of letter you will write? What type of introduction you will write? That letter, that only you write, your own version. Come on, I'm giving you 3 minutes. I'm giving you 3 minutes. Write your own version. The case notes also is there in front of you. I have sent you in the groups. Yes. Write down one sentence. Yeah, you can write in the chat box. Write in the chat box here. Yes, Mr. Gale requires temporary care and appropriate management at your facility following his discharge today. Full stop. He was admitted post-fall. No, this is wrong. So you have to make that adjustment. I'm writing to refer Mr. K4E5205. Okay. K4E. I don't know. K4E. Can you please write your name? Okay. First and second names. Please. Okay, first and second names, please. Okoye, Jennifer. Mr. George Gale, who was admitted to the hospital as a result of fall, is being discharged today. Further management and appropriate care are required from your facility following the discharge. 2 times you have written discharge. Okay, 2 times you have written discharge. You cannot write 2 times. Okay. So next, Rajya Lakshmi, Mr. George Gale, who was admitted to hospital following a fall, requires ongoing care and regular monitoring and appropriate management at your facility following the discharge today. Very good sentence. Okay. Mr. George Gale was admitted to hospital as a result of fall, is being discharged today. Further management and appropriate care are required from your facility. Very good. Okay. Write down all of you. Write down. After this, we'll have a session later. So right. Now we are moving forward. Okay. So people started writing. Very good. Come on, submit your points. Submit your points, valuable points here. Submit your valuable points here. Write different slides. Write different steps. If you have already written one, okay, you have already written one, you can try another style. Because today I am teaching you so that you will not face any problem in the future. Try different styles. Try different, because this is very important. The introduction is very important. Try different styles. Okay. Select all, copy. I told somebody to write the name. Have they written? Okay. Fine. Right. We are going to increase our participation. I want 100 students on board every day. So if you make 100 students, I'll give regular sessions. Regular sessions. Okay. So regular sessions every day. Every day. Regular sessions every day. Okay. If you have fire in you, is the fire there or dead? Fire is already dead, no problem. Better sleep. Okay. If you have fire in you, I am with you. Okay. Otherwise, you can lose me. Otherwise, okay. Play safe. No need all this hard work. Okay. Write down your sentences. Okay. Next second paragraph, we'll write about the personal story of Mr. Gale. So personal things, background. Okay. What happened on that particular day? The most important thing. Okay. The most important thing, presented complaint. This is the important thing here. Presenting complaint. We already told that he joined the hospital. Okay. Now, tell about him. What happened exactly? Now, first one you write about Mr. Gale. Now, what is Mr. Gale? You can see here. He is an octogenarian, 85 years old. Okay, 85 years old. I am writing to discharge Mr. Gale who requires temporal care. Temporary care. Temporal care is different. Okay, temporary care. Temporal is something different, related to something else. Okay, just check it out. Temporal, mandibular, temporal, relating to practical matters or physical things rather than spiritual ones. It's totally different. Okay, relating to the temple. Okay, that is in the skull, behind the ears, temporal. Okay, the temporal bone, temple bone. So that is it. Okay, so don't use that one. Right. Next. So here is an octogenarian. So what I'll do is 85-year-old. His number one is 85-year-old. Already we have written date of birth on the top. So don't write date of birth now. You can write the age here. He is an octogenarian. So how you write this one? Let us see. So we'll write like this. Mr. Gale, Mr. Gale, okay, you can say an octogenarian, means more than 80 to 89 years is called, okay, octogenarian. Let me check the spelling, little doubtful. When I have a doubt, I go to the Cambridge Dictionary. Why don't you go? Octogenarian, yeah, that's right. I had a doubt, but it's right, octogenarian. Okay, a person who is between 80 and 89 years called octogenarian. That means you are going to get 10 marks. Okay, you're going to get 10 marks here because you are using something special word, which is instead of 85 years old, you're saying octogenarian. Okay. So octogenarian. Okay, so you can use Mr. Gale, an octogenarian. Okay, right. Fine. Then next one, he's a widower. Okay, he's a widower. His wife died in 2019. This is 2 years back. So that one also you can take. Okay. So well, let us put it in brackets because we'll adjust afterwards. Widower. Okay. So Mr. Gale, an octogenarian, widower. Okay. Now, okay, living alone in own flat. In own flat, level number 2, no lift. 84 years old, 85 years old. You see how he is going up to the level 2 without any lift. So that is his condition there. Okay. So you can say lives alone in his own residential flat. So here it is own flat, residential flat, own residential flat. So you can say Mr. Gale, an octogenarian. Okay. Okay, he's a widower. Lives alone in his own residential flat. So that's what it is. This is important. That's why he's going there to the nursing care. On flat. Right. On flat on the second floor without any lift. Okay. You can write that also if you feel necessary. Otherwise, no need. Mr. Gale, an octogenarian widower. Okay. Comma. Mr. Gale, Mr. Gale, an octogenarian widower, lives alone in his own residential flat. Okay, you can say like this one. Okay. Now, Mr. Gale, a widower, who is octogenarian, like that also you can write. A widower who is an octogenarian. Anyway, you can write, that's not a problem. Comma, but you have to write correctly, that's the point. Mr. Gale, a widower who is an octogenarian. Okay. Lives alone in his own flat. Okay. Who is an octogenarian and widower. Like that also you can write. Lives in his own flat. Lives in his, okay, own residential flat. That is the way how you can write. This is one sentence you can start with. Now what happened? Because he is living alone. What happened? Yeah. Presenting complaint. Disorientation and fever following a fall. That's okay. Now you have to build up the story here. Here is the story. Why he was admitted to the hospital. Why he was admitted to the hospital. So, and when? So 10 May 2021, he was admitted to the hospital. 5 hours he was lying on the floor. At around 3 a.m., that means the previous day he fell down. Now, neighbors heard a call for help around 3 a.m. That means 5 hours he was on the floor after falling. Then 3 o'clock in the midnight. So if you take 5 hours before he had a fall, that means if the day is 9 May. So you can write on 9 May, on 9 May, comma, on 9 May, comma, okay, on 9 May, comma, he had a fall. at home. Okay, on 9 May, he had a fall at home. That's what it is. Okay. And then fell backwards, head strike. Fell backwards and head strike. Okay. Fall at home. And so what happened? He's a head strike, hit his head. Okay, he had a fall at home and fell backwards. Okay, on 9 May, he had a fall at home. So he fell backwards and hit his head. Directly you can write. He fell backwards and hurt his head. Don't change everything. Head strike, hurt his head. Okay, hurt his head or hit his head or hurt his head. Anything you can write. Okay. Very good. Good participation. I can see everyone participating. So Mr. Gale, a widower who is an octogenarian. Okay. Or who is a widower and octogenarian. A widower and octogenarian. Anyway, you can write. There are 101 different ways you can write. Right? Then next one. So now here after several hours, after many hours, maybe 5 hours. Okay. You can write that one. So the cries for help were heard after, okay, the cries were heard, right? The cries were heard. The cries for help were heard after several hours. Okay. The cries for help were heard by the neighbors. Okay. So you can say the next morning, you can say the next morning, the cries for help, or you can say Gale's, Mr. Gale's cries for help were heard by the neighbors. By the neighbors. Okay. Were heard by the neighbors. So you can say so the next morning, after several hours, Mr. Gale's cries for help were heard by the neighbors. Full stop. So try to the important points I am bringing. Afterwards, you can check. And consequently, an ambulance. Okay. An ambulance was called. Instead of called, if I am writing, was summoned. I'm using the word summoned. Maybe many of you don't know this word. Summon. What do you mean by summoned? It's a very special word. Summon. Summon means what? To order someone to come to or to be present at a particular place or to officially arrange a meeting of people. That is called summon. It's a C2 vocabulary. I got it. Will you get it? Okay, now I want to ask you a direct question. You can use this word. Why it came to me? Why it is not coming to me? Okay, my question is, do you know, did you ever use this word? did you ever use this word? I mean, write or speak naturally. Heard or read is different. I'm not bothered about your reading or hearing. Did you write or speak naturally? I want your yes or no. Just type yes or no. I want to just see. So you want this A grade means what you have to do. Okay. Just type a button, yes or no. Fast. I don't have all the time in the world. Come on. If you have used it, that's very good. Pranita says, I have used it. That's very good. Then you can use such words in the exam. Okay. So you'll get better scores. That is what I told you many times. If you use it, then that's wonderful. Use this word in your, okay, speaking or writing. You'll get better results. Someone is a C2 vocabulary. Okay. Someone is a C2 vocabulary. Use it. Write down. Those who are serious, write down these words and send me. Everyday's letters, what are their words? Make a group, make a list and send me. Or send in the group so that others will learn. Summon means to order someone to come to be or be present at a particular place or to officially arrange a meeting of people. So that this is the meaning of this one. It's a C2 vocabulary. Ordinary people cannot use this word. You have to know this word to use this word. That means when you use this word, you are special. So use this word and it will help you. And consequently, an ambulance was summoned. Passive voice. Were heard, were summoned. An ambulance was called for. An ambulance was summoned. Means arrangement was made. There's a point. So apart from this, so now after that one, you have to depend on Mr. Gale. Mr. Gale later informed or recalled what happened to him. Recalled or informed or stated. So any one word you can take here. Okay. Said. Okay. You can use passive voice if possible. Remove Mr. Gale every time and use passive voice. Okay. So Mr. Gale later said or told, I'm giving you different words. Information was provided that, or intimation was given that, like that. Said, told, informed. Okay. Stated. Different words. Stated, told, said, told, informed, stated, recalled, pointed out. So like this, any type of word you can take. Okay. That what happened here? These are the patient's reports. Patient reports. This is what you have to write. While brushing teeth, felt weak and legs gave way. So that is what you are going to write. Points out that, okay, he had instantaneously or suddenly, okay. So you can say suddenly, instantaneously, or spontaneously, okay. Felt weak, okay. Felt weakness. You can say weakness or felt weak or felt weakness, okay. Then felt weak and had suddenly felt weak he had suddenly collapsed. That he suddenly collapsed. He suddenly collapsed due to weakness. Due to weakness. Or any way you want to write, you can write. Well, this is what you have to building up the story, right? Next one. Here, 2 weeks before fall, single episode of vomiting. Okay, this also is there. 2 weeks before fall, single episode of vomiting, palpitations, and dysuria. Okay, you can write in passive voice. Okay, a single episode of vomiting, comma, then palpitations, and dysuria. Okay, were reported. A single episode of vomiting, palpitations, and dysuria were reported. That's it. And when was this? Okay, when was this? 2 weeks before. 2 weeks, you can write as a fortnight. Okay. A fortnight. Before. Were reported. Not were reported before a fortnight. Before a fortnight. Were reported. A fortnight before or before a fortnight. Anywhere you can write. Okay. A single episode of vomiting, palpitation, and dysuria before a fortnight were reported. That's it. Okay. Then next one. So already you said was admitted to hospital. Okay. He was admitted to hospital, you already wrote. Where you can see here. Mr. George Gale was admitted to hospital following a fall. Okay. Then what happened actually is he was admitted with a fever, and you can see here. Yeah. When he was admitted with presenting complaint, disorientation and fever following a fall. Disorientation and fever. Okay. So that is what you have to write here. Okay. Now let us see the next point. Confusion and disorientation. Let us take this up because our points are moving up now. Here. Admission. So there. Disorientation and fever. Yeah. Okay. Upon admission, comma, okay, upon admission, what happened? Fever and disorientation were experienced. Yeah. So he was admitted with fever and disorientation. That means, so these were experienced. A fever and disorientation were experienced. Right. And then, and these symptoms, these are the symptoms. And because of that, what was diagnosed? You can see here. Yeah. What was diagnosed? Here you can see urinary tract infection. Okay, urinary tract infection, possibly because of a fall. That is what it is. Okay, the signs and symptoms suggested. The signs and symptoms, okay, suggested urinary tract infection. Urinary tract infection. The signs and symptoms suggested. The signs and symptoms later suggested urinary tract. Afterwards only we found to know. That was diagnosed. And what is the status here? Urinary tract infection, possibly because of the fall. Okay. Suggested. Okay, suggested. Or you can also use attributed. What is the difference between suggested and attributed? Which is the better one? You can use suggested. Suggested. Suggest is B1. Then attributed to. Attributed. Attributed. Attributed is C2. A quality or character that someone or something has, that is attributed, suggested. So C2. I'm giving you C2 vocabularies. Please make a list and give me. At least if I give 2 words today, you add them and send it to me. And tomorrow I'll give 2 words, add those to the previous ones and send it to me like that. Please do something. Okay. Attributed is a better word. So use attributed. Okay. Right. The signs and symptoms later suggested. This I am putting in brackets now because it's low quality. So now I am putting here attributed. Attributed to. Okay. So this is the second sentence, second paragraph. Okay. This is the second paragraph. This is body paragraph 1. Okay. So 5.2. 5.2. You're building up the story here. Okay. Then during hospitalization, what happened? Or medical history, what he has problems. Okay. So 5.2. The main body paragraph 1. Okay, the most important points. The most important points. That is what you have to write. Okay. Yes, very good. So now, what I have given all these things. What you have to do is you write on your own. Change every word, every sentence. Write in your own style. Okay, you learn this in the next letter. But now, try to write your own. Instead of Mr. Gale, who is a widower and an octogenarian lives alone in his own flat or okay, all alone, lives alone or lives all alone. How you change your own style and you can write. Okay. The neighbor, the girl cries for help. Neighbors heard the cries. You change your own style and you write your own way. Write your own way. So that is how you are going to do. Next, 5.3. 5.3. Okay. The main body paragraph 2. The other important things, or maybe personal history, social history, or habitual history, whatever histories medical history, anything is there, you can write. Okay. So now let us see what is the background story here. Okay. Now we see the background story is here. The history. What are his problems now? Go to histories. Medical history is osteoarthritis is there, hypertension is there. Both are diagnosed. And this GORD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, this is self-treated with antacid tablets. So that is managed well. Okay, that is managed well. And then non-specific colitis, no treatment is required. That is also there. Okay, no treatment required for this. So ongoing monitor is there. You have to monitor, ongoing monitoring is required for non-specific colitis. This is required. Okay, this is very important. So ongoing monitoring is required for non-specific colitis. That is important. This is no treatment required, so leave that one. This is important. You have to write about this. GORD self-treated with antacid tablets, so you don't need to do anything there. And hypertension is diagnosed. Hypertension was diagnosed. And osteoarthritis also was diagnosed. These two things were diagnosed. Okay, so he has had, so you can write like this. Mr. Gale, or you can say hypertension and osteoarthritis since dash and dash have been, okay. He has had, or Mr. Gale, okay, has had what? Two things. First one is hypertension. Hypertension. This is information you're passing because they don't know him. He's going new there. Unknown case. Mr. Gale has had hypertension and osteoarthritis. Mr. Gale has a, oh, sorry. Before I had to ask you one question. Okay. One question. So second paragraph, body paragraph 2. Body paragraph, main body paragraph 1. Main body paragraph. Actually, it is paragraph 2. That is main body paragraph 2. Body paragraph 2. MVP. Okay. 1. So is that clear? Any doubts you have? If you have doubts, okay, is that clear? Just to type yes, you are moving forward to the next paragraph. No, that's why. Or no, if you have any doubts, you can ask now. If you have any doubts in the previous paragraph, you can ask now. Okay, Jennifer, yeah, it is clear. So we are moving forward. Come on, fast. 10 seconds. Yeah. Then type yes or no, please, so that I will know. Mr. Gale has had hypertension and osteoarthritis since when? 2009. And 2003. So this is it. But what you have to do is, this is up and down. So which one is first and which one is second? Hypertension, osteoarthritis first, then hypertension. Osteoarthritis is long time, hypertension. So first 2003 and 2009, that should be reversing the order. So osteoarthritis has had osteoarthritis and hypertension. This is the order we have to write. Since 2003 and 2009. So first 2003 osteoarthritis, 2009 hypertension. So Mr. Gale has had osteoarthritis and hypertension since 2003 and 2009. Okay. So now, first hypertension, osteoarthritis, then hypertension. Okay. Then you can say respectively or 2009. Yeah. So this since 2003 and 2009, you can bring forward. Control C. Because we are going to continue the sentence here. So since 2003 and 2009, okay, this since we are bringing forward. Since 2003 and 2009, Mr. Gale has had osteoarthritis and hypertension. Okay, for which the medications are, for which he takes or for which he consumes, or for which the medications are paracetamol and felodipine. See here, paracetamol and felodipine. Paracetamol for osteoarthritis, felodipine for hypertension. Okay. So paracetamol for what? Osteoarthritis. Paracetamol for osteoarthritis and felodipine for, okay, respectively, felodipine. Now, is it capital letter or small letter? We have to know. Felodipine, capital letter or small letter. Okay. So you should know whether it is brand name or so generic name. They are generic names, not brand names. They are generic names. Both are generic names. So we cannot write capital letter. Felodipine respectively. Full stop. So 4 tablets per day. Four times a day. Okay. 500 mg, 2 tablets. So is that needed? Not needed. Not needed. Okay. That is not important because he is managing for so many years. Okay. So it is not important. Right. So no need to write that much. Okay. This is 2003. That means 16 years, and this is 2000, and that means 9 years, 10 years, more than that. So no need. Then next one, what else is? Next one is non-specific colitis. Ongoing monitoring. Okay, regular monitoring, ongoing monitoring. For okay, continuous monitoring, ongoing monitoring is required for ongoing monitoring is required for non-specific colitis, non-specific colitis. Full stop. Ongoing monitoring is required for non-ongoing colitis. That's finished. This is all history. This is what you have to write, medical history. So this is body paragraph 2 is medical history. Okay. So you will write medical history in body paragraph 2. So personal story, what happened that particular day. And body paragraph 3, you'll write medical history, the more other important things. What are the other important things? The medical history, that's all. Nothing else is there. Social history is not there. The medical history, the medical background. Okay. The medical history or background is over. Now the third part, the main body paragraph 3, 5.4. 5.4, the main body paragraph 3. Okay. So what you are going to do? Okay, present situation. Present situation. Okay. So discharge, plan and present situation. Discharge, plan and present situation. Present condition. What is his condition now? Okay, after assessment, that's you have to write. Main body paragraph 3. Now let us go here. So that is done. So medical history is clear. This is called organization. Medical history. I have to write in this order. Okay. So that is clear. So that's small. So I don't need to ask you. So that's very small. Definitely you have understood that one, I feel. So next one. Third one is now here, ready for discharge to nursing home. Patient lives alone, no home help, keen to return home. This one you have to write. So keen to return home. What are the important points that you have to write? Keen to return home as soon as possible. This is very important. Okay, that is very, very important. Then next one, this is very important, significantly lowered mobility. So this exercise is needed. Physical activity should be encouraged. This is what you have to write. And episodes of confusion still are there. So that's why you have to make an assessment for independent. Is he eligible to live independently in his own house, which is on second floor without a lift? That you have to assess, and then if he is okay, then only you have to send them there. Now that is reduced mobility is there. Okay. Now this exercise is required. Okay. Daily 30 minutes for what? Okay. Next one. Next one is what else are there? So here treatment record. So these regular medications should be continued. Okay. Patients require medications continued. So this is medication should be continued. What should be continued? Antibiotics, amoxicillin. Okay, this should be continued. Okay, so they are continued now. Right. So what is this here? You can see here. Now this urinary tract infection. Okay, urinary tract infection is there. So for this infection, this antibiotics. So now it is treated. It is treated now. Okay. Observations nil, dizziness nil, palpitation. It is treated well now. So continue. But these should be continued. Okay. These are continued, but still, episodes of confusion are there. You have to see this one. So this medications or treatment is given for urinary tract infection. In fact, in spite of that, he has episodes of confusion. That is what you have to know. Okay. Then next one, he is keen to return home. So these are depending upon this one here. So urinary tract infection, he has, so treatment is given, but still he has episodes of confusion. Therefore, you have to find out whether he is able or not. So you have to assess and then you have to send to independent living. Then next one, what else here? So he is keen to return home, but you cannot send him. So if he wants to return home, he has to do physical activity to regain strength. So significantly lowered mobility is very low. So he has to regain strength. For that 30 minutes daily physical activity is to be encouraged. Then he will get that strength. Then only he can go home. So you have to assess whether he's doing everything properly or not. So that's what it is. Then only he can be discharged home finally. Final destination. So these are the points which you have to write. This will go into body paragraph, main body paragraph 3. Okay. This will go into main body paragraph 3. This will go into main body paragraph 3. Right. Now this medical history will go into body paragraph 2. This one. Main body paragraph 2. This is main body paragraph 2. Okay. Then next, this is body paragraph 1, main body paragraph 1. So this is called organization. This is all body paragraph 1. Okay. Right. Now you can see this is the background story and this is background medical history. First background story you are writing. Then next one, that is the main problem. And the problem behind is the medical problem. That is this one. Okay, other histories. Then next, discharge plan, that is body paragraph 3. So this is the organization. This is how you have to write. Now, how are we going to write the body paragraph 3? Okay. So this is left. Okay. So I just need 1 minute to heat my water so that I can prepare some tea. So in the meantime, I'll give you 10 seconds. I'll just switch on. And in the meantime, I'll give you 10 seconds. So do you want me to explain this also? Do you want me to explain this also? You just say yes or no. Okay. Just say yes or no. Okay. Now I want your feedback. I found your feedback. Okay. Your feedback. How was the session? How is the session going? How is the, why don't write anything now? How is the session going? Number 1. And do you want such sessions in the future, daily sessions? Do you want such sessions every day? That is second question. So these 2 sessions. Then you say yes or no. Okay, do you want such sessions? Yes or no? Okay, yes or no? Yes or no? Do you want such sessions every day? Yes or no? Then next one, write your feedback. Write your feedback in 1 or 2 sentences. Write your feedback in 1 or 2 sentences. Yeah. Give your feedback in 1 or 2 sentences. So those who are happy with these sessions, okay. So for them, I'll prepare. So those who are going for the October 3rd exam, okay, there is an October 3rd, 20 days program is there. 20 days. So October 3. October 3, what is that? October 3, December 3, sorry. Simon sir is going back. December 3 exam students we are designing a crash course. Designing a crash course. The actual fee for this crash course is 8,000. 8,000. The actual fees is 8,000. And now I am giving you just for 5,000. 20 days program. 20 days program. 20 days program. So if anybody is interested, there are only 3 places. I'll take only 3 students because I cannot take more than that because already I have students. So I cannot take more. So through 3 places. Anyone interested, serious. If you are not serious, so be away from me. Anyone really interested, genuinely interested, because I don't want to waste time. Genuinely interested. Okay, can apply. Okay, inbox me personal. Okay, right. Simon sir is with black, not black tea, green tea. Yeah. Don't think that this is nuts letter, okay? This is letter. We are learning sentences, organizations. That's common for everything. Okay, right. Now, grade the session from, okay, grade the session 0, the least beneficial or useless, 10, the most useful, and 5, the moderate. Yeah. How much it benefited? You give your grading 0 to 10. Just last question. Last question. Yes. Okay, so yeah, for lectures, you can attend freely. No problem. But correction, you have to register. Okay. So lectures, everyone can attend freely, but correction, you have to get them corrected. So, right. So now we are moving to the 4th paragraph, body paragraph 3. We have seen the main body paragraph 3, discharge plan and present situation. So now how we are going to the point there and taking the dragging the things everywhere there. So discharge plan is here. So let us stop here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So here it is, discharge plan, ready for discharge. Okay. Now here we'll take. Now his condition, significantly lowered mobility. Okay. The present or the current mobility. You can say the present or the current lowered mobility. Okay. Presently, so presently or currently or presently, comma, currently or presently, comma, what is it? The mobility has been significantly. The mobility has been Mr. Gale's mobility, you can say here because it's in the beginning. No problem. If you don't write also, it's okay. Mr. Gale's mobility, if you don't write also, is okay. Mobility means Mr. Gale's mobility only has been okay. Mr. Gale's mobility currently reduced mobility has been noticed, or Mr. Gale's mobility has been reduced. reduced. Okay, significantly. Significant reduction in Gale's mobility has been noticed. Oh my God. Okay, wait. See how to modify the sentence. Currently, significant reduction in Mr. Gale's mobility has been noticed. Okay. Currently, significant reduction in Mr. Gale's mobility has been noticed. So like that one. Significantly. So significant, considerable reduction. Why do you want to use the same word significant? Use considerable. Okay, or remarkable. Considerable reduction, remarkable reduction. Okay, now let us see these words. What are the better words? Significantly. Significantly. What level is it? B2. Significantly is B2. Write down. Then considerably. Considerably. Considerably is B2. Remarkably. Remarkable. Remarkable. Remarkable is B2. Okay. So all are same words. So any word you can use. Which is better you can use. Noticeable. Noticeable. Noticeable is C1. Write noticeable. That's it. Noticeable. Noticeable reduction in Miss Gale's mobility has been observed. Observed. Okay, noted, noticed, observed. Noticeable reduction in Mr. Gale's mobility has been observed. So change the style. Change the style. That is the first sentence. Okay. So you can say, so for which or and therefore means for that reason, and therefore you can use anything. For which and therefore, for that reason, anyone you can use. Okay, and therefore, what is required? Okay, encouragement is required. Encouragement. This encouragement is required. Encouragement is required. Okay. Encouragement is required. Okay, full stop. What encouragement is required? For what encouragement is required? Encouragement is required. So encouragement for what? Encouragement for participation. Encouragement for participation in physical activities. Physical activities for half an hour is required. Therefore, encouragement for participation in regular, daily. See how I am adding words. Therefore, encouragement for participation in regular, daily physical activities for half an hour duration. For at least a half an hour duration. At least half an hour duration. At least a period of half an hour or half an hour duration is required. See how the sentence has gone there. Why? In order to what? What will he get? In order to regain physical strength. Regain physical strength, you can say. Regain physical strength which he's lost. Physical strength. So that is what you can write for regaining. Okay, in order to regain physical strength, or you can say for regaining physical strength. Okay. in order to regain strength, or for regaining physical strength, for regaining the lost physical strength. Okay, then next step. Now what you have here, next one, second, that this we have done now. Okay, which one? Significant lower mobility, this we have done. Okay, 30 minutes of physical activity, the second point we have done, this one. This one is finished. The second point is finished. Sorry, significant lower mobility, this point is finished. Now we have to write about this one. So keen to return home, therefore that's why he want assessment for it. So, but still he has this problem because of this one, urinary tract infection. It was treated properly with antibiotics. In spite of treating, okay, it is treated very nice. Now everything is fine. So negative, everything, nil palpitations, nil dizziness, everything is there. So effectively managed. Urinary tract has been effectively managed or treated. Okay. So despite, in spite of, you can write despite, in spite of. So there we are going to continue another sentence now. So here, in spite of or despite. Despite, okay. Despite the effective treatment of what? Urinary tract infection. Treatment of urinary tract infection with what? With intravenous. With intravenous antibiotics. Okay. Antibiotics. Yeah. Comma. Or despite or in spite of. Urinary tract was effectively treated with intravenous antibiotics. However, but okay, but anyway, you can write 101 different ways you can write, but we don't have time that one now. So, despite the effective treatment of urinary tract infection with intravenous antibiotics, comma, what is happening? Still, he has episodes of confusion. Episodes of confusion or confusion episodes of confusion or confusion episodes have been, okay, experienced, okay, have been experienced. So that's it. Now the problem is he wants to go home in spite of all these things. So now, right. So keen to return to own home as soon as possible. Okay, keen to return home. So you can use in spite of or at all, despite or whatever it is, although or though or even though. So let us take despite his interest or in spite of his interest or although he is interested. Okay, although interest to return home, interest to return home has been expressed, okay, although interest to return home has been expressed, keen interest. Keen interest to return home has been expressed. So you can write like that one. So what is required here? It is expressed, but as soon as possible. Although keen interest to return home immediately. Okay, at the earliest. At the as soon as possible, I'm changing to at the earliest, or the sooner the better, has been expressed, comma, okay. An assessment for independent living, an assessment, a review or an assessment, change the words, an assessment, okay, an assessment, reviewing an assessment of his ability or capability for independent living. An assessment of his ability for independent living is strongly recommended or suggested. So recommended, so you write suggested. Change the words, don't use the same words, don't use the same words. Don't use the same words. Before recommended, okay, recommended, strongly, okay, independent living, before the final discharge, from your facility is strongly recommended. That's it. So that is what you are going to write. So that we have taken here. So I hope you understood what I have written here. Okay, next last paragraph is the conclusion, 5.5. 5.5, the final blow, the conclusion. Conclusion should be repetition of introduction, but with different words. Don't use the same words which you have used in the introduction. The purpose should be reiterated, means repeated, but with the different words. Okay, but with the different words. The conclusion. Okay. So based on the aforementioned circumstances, okay, now let us carry it. Based on the aforementioned circumstances, what is required here? Okay, based on the aforementioned circumstances, what is required? Further care. Ongoing care, we have already written. Okay. Regular care, examination, observation. So regular, ongoing care or regular care. Okay. So here is telling temporary care. So temporary management. Okay, temporary management. Temporary management of Mr. Gale, temporary management of Mr. Gale, temporary treatment of Mr. Gale, temporary care of Mr. Gale, and okay, would be profoundly beneficial to enhance Mr. to enhance Mr. Gale condition for okay, Mr. Gale's condition. That's enough. Here we'll remove. So based on the aforementioned circumstances, temporary management temporary care and appropriate management. So already we have written appropriate in the beginning. So here, temporary care and appropriate already we have written. So we'll change this one now here. So based on the aforementioned circumstances, providing substantial support and assessment for independent living okay, and assessment for independent living would be profoundly beneficial to enhance Mr. Gale's condition. So based on the aforementioned circumstances, providing substantial support and assessment for independent living would be profoundly beneficial. That's enough. No need to enhance Mr. Gale's condition. That's enough. Based on the aforementioned circumstances, providing substantial support, okay, ongoing support, substantial support, and assessment. So here you write, and continuous assessment on a daily basis. Continuous assessment for independent living would be profoundly beneficial. That's enough. In case any additional information is required, please do not hesitate to contact me. So that is done and dusted forever. So now your letter is here, all the letter, the complete letter is here. You got the points here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and everything. Okay. So this is it. These are the final. Okay. So all the things are here. So these notes will be posted in the Telegram channel. You can take it from there, from classical corrections. So file, save as, while writing lectures, lecture notes. It will be lecture notes. Lecture notes. Lecture notes. So this I am going to post it in the Telegram channel. You can take it from there. Okay. So this is the lecture notes. Huh? Where did I save? Oh my God. Correct only. Okay. Yes. This is the lecture notes. It is there in classical corrections, the bottom, the lowest one. Okay. Now, last point we have, okay, conclusion. I need your points. If you feel anything negative in this session, like time consuming, waste of my time, K4E545205. I asked you to give me your name. Name, please. Yeah. Right. Next time when you come, please come with your name. Now you can give your name so that I can follow it up. K45205. Because it's a rule that we all will come with our original names. Right. So now we're going to have a question answer session, Q&A, question answer session. There we are. Yeah. So one by one, I'll be asking. Yeah. Name, please. Last time I'm asking K4E5205. Name, please. Okay. This is the last time I'm asking. Afterwards, I'll not ask. Okay. Coming to the point. So one by one, I'll be talking now. So CG Jason. Oh, sorry. Unmute. 1 minute. I'll unmute everyone. Okay. Yeah, CG Jason, you can unmute.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, CG Jason, can you share your experience, please?
Sir, good evening. This is my first writing session. I am writing notes how to make sentences with C2 vocabulary words. To make sentences from the given data.
Okay, fine. How did you feel regarding the session? Was this really going to help you or confuse you or?
No, it's really helped me. We can understand how to make sentences from the to make a letter, to make a referral letter. It's helpful.
Okay, thank you very much. And next, Jennifer.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Jennifer, tell me.
The class was very productive. It really helped me. At least I can be able to organize my letter. And I learned I learned new grammars today, like summoned, attributed, which will help to boost my score in writing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Fine.
much.
Yeah, tomorrow you can select one letter and send.
Okay, sir.
I will explain one most difficult letter with multiple visits and all, whatever you want. You select one letter. Tomorrow is your day. Okay. Next, Venkatesh.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Venkatesh.
Yeah.
What happened? Share your experience.
Yes, sir. Yeah, my experience. But I know how to little bit writing letters, but my coaching center is different thing, but you are also saying different. But you are is excellent, sir. You are is doing excellent, but it's some difficult, sir. I have difficult.
So some difficulty
is
released, little at least you got clarity.
Yes, sir. I got clarity, sir. I got clarity.
Because this is your first letter here with me. But you got some benefit or not? 10%, 1% benefit you got, it's okay.
Yes, sir. I have the benefits, sir. Benefits.
Yeah, fine, very good. Regular students, Laraib Adil. Laraib Adil. Hello, Laraib. Laraib Adil. Yeah, next, Mira Manoj. Mira Manoj. Then next, Rajya Lakshmi. Rajya Lakshmi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rajya Lakshmi. How are you? Yeah, share
Yeah,
your
fine,
experience.
sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Yeah, it is very useful letter, sir. So we can score the marks, good marks.
Hmm. Okay. What new things did you learn today?
And vocabularies and how to be organized the letter.
Hmm.
And which one is a paragraph, the main paragraph, body paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we used to confuse always to write which one we used to tell, but now I am clearly clarified for clear for that.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
very good. Anybody else who want to share, you can just raise your hand now. Because others are visiting members, so you can. Ramorina. Yeah, unmute Ramorina.
Hello,
Hello, Ramorina. Where are you from?
from Lesotho, but I use the South African
Yeah.
the code. Yes. One thing that I've realized is that we are not supposed to. We are advised to use the different words from the scenario. We have to use the synonyms, and now I'm able to see what is the difference between the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So I think joining this meeting is of beneficial to me, and I would like to join the other coming meetings.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That's very good. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
Pranita.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Pranita. Yes. Did you attend the full session or only half, partial?
No, sir. Half only I joined, sir.
Okay,
Half
you
section.
can, you can watch the YouTube channel afterwards. Tell me, how was the session from where you attended?
Yeah, your section is very nice and very wonderful and very useful for me, sir. I don't know about OET writing, how to write, but really I am very excited. But you were telling your way of speaking, way of telling, it's very useful for me. I don't know about letter, but your explanation very nice, sir. I want to follow your channel and I want to improve myself. How to write.
Fine. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
sir.
And next, Muhammad Abdullah. Israel Ovolabi. They won't answer. Okay, fine. Naka. Anupama. Yeah, I will share it. I will share it. I already shared. I already shared in the Telegram channel. I will give you the link 1 minute. Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
because I joined late only, sir.
No
I think
problem.
half an hour late.
So this is the link. Here, click on the link and you can get the video.
No,
I'll
don't
send-
worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was at it because I'm standing for claims as well,
Yeah.
so I have to be managing my.
Yeah. So Anupama.
Yes, sir. Good evening,
Yeah.
sir. It is very helpful. But I have some doubt for the conclusion. And when I studied in the institute, most of the letter they are writing for the conclusion. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any queries like that. We are writing. Is it okay?
That's okay. That's okay. It's not excellent. That's okay. You only told, is that okay? Yes, it's okay. But definitely it's not the excellent one, right?
Okay, sir.
You asked me, is it okay? If you ask me, is it excellent? Then I will say, no, it's not excellent. It's okay, I will say. But you yourself told, is it okay, sir? Yes, it's okay. Okay means okay, average, low quality. Okay,
Okay.
fine. That's fine. Anybody
Thank you,
else?
sir.
Anybody else? That's the end of the session. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.